Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They've got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the first play of the game. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At their own 22-yard line. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. This defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. They'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, he'll hand this off. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Patriots are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Makes the score Colts 14, Patriots 0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He completes it to Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying All is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Back to throw. And this one complete to Smith. Smith with a 1st down and more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. On 1st down, Harris. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as good running gets them to about the 44. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And his kick is good. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Second down, another run with Taylor.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made at the 26-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Jackson winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Touchdown! A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he missed it. It's no good. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
2nd and 9 now. Open man, the tight end Henry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Sheds up, fights through, and now a crease. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He sets to fire deep, and he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one, 31 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And the Pats force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
77 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They go to Johnson again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Back to throw here.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And now here is another interception.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.